Welcome back, everybody. So in today's episode, we're going to be focusing on trying to get these boss battles out of the way and trying to see if what we can do to improve for the battle that's going to happen with the Wall of Flesh later on. So as of right now, I've gotten about almost every single summon for the next couple of battles that we're about to do, except for the Deerclops. The only one I haven't gotten was the Deerclops, only because it's pretty new and I still haven't explored the snow biome as much as I would like to. And the only reason I can't summon the Deerclops yet is because I have yet to find Flink's Fur, which is one of the materials necessary to make the summon for the Deerclops. So the first battle that we're going to do here is going to be the Eye of Cthulhu. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a cool looking boss, but honestly, this is one of the easiest battles I'm going to end up having, just because this boss is so easy to maneuver through and around, especially if you've already got the mini shark, you've got the Code 1 yo-yo, or you've got a Valor yo-yo. And not only that, I also have the Star Cannon, which is one of the strongest weapons in pre-hard mode. One of, not the strongest, but one of the strongest. So using that against this kind of boss is just definitely really easy. So we're, you know, moving around him pretty easily. I mean, his little minions don't do too much damage, if anything. The only kinds of enemies actually causing a problem are actually the ones not even a part of this battle. It's actually those Blood Moon spawns. The enemies that come from the Blood Moon aren't really, like, some of them are from the Blood Moon, but some of them are actually from the rain, and they mainly just spawn in because the Blood Moon increases the rate of spawn. So that like made it not 100 times harder, but it just made it a little tiny, you know, give me a little challenge while fighting him. And as you've seen, this is one of the biggest arenas I have on this world, and it looks pretty cool. It's giving me a lot of ability to like move around and to actually, you know, run away from this Eye of Cthulhu. So I actually like it. I did it off screen. I didn't have time to really kind of record it, but it looks really decent. I actually like the outcome. There's still some parts I have yet to fix, so maybe in another episode I could do the details on that. But yeah, so all we got was a Eye of Cthulhu expert mode bag, and I mean, there's not much that comes along with it other than Demonite ore and some unholy arrows, as well as its corruption seeds. Now I'm just grabbing up some more spiky balls so that it can help us in the fight with the Eater of Worlds. I mean, the Eater of Worlds isn't really that difficult either, if you're including the spiky balls. Now, outside of that, the mini shark doesn't really do too much damage or has lingering effects. So it kind of, you know, it defeats the purpose of trying to beat him quickly. So the spiky balls are one of many items that cause lingering effects. Another one I would I advise to use would probably be Molotovs. Is it Molotov or Molotovs? One of those, yeah, Molotovs and bee grenades. They do a lot of lingering damage, and they tend to take that kind of boss out pretty quickly. I mean, I could also use Jester arrows because the Jester arrows tend to go through the enemy, but honestly, just using normal spiky balls is more convenient than anything. So we're gonna make our way down to the corruption right now. Yeah, this Blood Moon's just a little bit annoying, but it's fine. Hey, now we got a groom, so that's pretty cool. I'm trying to see what he's gonna give me, and oh, okay, nice. Bloody Tear. All right, so it summons the Blood Moon. That's going to be a lot more useful towards hard mode. I'm going to keep it just in case. We also got the top hat. I still have yet to meet the bride, so I want to get that costume and try it on. Another one is, if I had been on the Halloween event, if I had waited till Halloween and played then, I could have the cat costume, but obviously I can't. So that's another thing I'm gonna have to wait for, or I might just have to rewind the clock on my PC and actually see if it allows me to, you know, get the Halloween bags. So the only other attack that this boss does is basically it just spits out like some bile kind of thing, but that does like literally no damage. Yeah, so this is an easy boss to take out as well. Just the spiky balls really do most of the work. I don't really have to go around much of, like, I don't really have to go anywhere for this battle. Just, I could sit there with the spiky balls and it would technically just defeat the boss. Now, it was a different story when I first started out. Defeating this boss was one of the hardest, like barely starting out, just because you don't have access to spiky balls unless you've already beaten a Goblin Army, which I hadn't. A Goblin Army, I mean, came long after the first battle of me fighting the Eater of Worlds, so it can be kind of difficult, yeah, trying to actually stay alive. But having a lot of these potions give you the effect of well, depends what potion, but most of the potions that I was using during this fight was Thorns, Iron Skin, and Night Owl. I believe it was also I mean, the campfires give me an effect. I forgot the rest of them, but I know I used a significant bunch of potions, and I mean, any damage that the Eater of Worlds does to me, it hits it right back. So that helps out a ton. That's gonna help out even more for the later battles. Yeah, so like, I've already defeated this dude. This dude was easy peasy. Now, the only other guy that I'm gonna think is really easy is the King Slime. That is literally all you have to do is just stand back and shoot him with the mini shark, and that's it. I would try to beat him with the star cannon, but I'm looking right now, and I mean, I don't have any stars. I'd have to go farm them later on, which I will do off screen. And then, so yeah, just throw away any of the other garbage. I mean, it's only 22 melee damage, so it's not gonna do crazy amounts of attacks. And then we got this blue jellyfish. Still have yet to get the jellyfish necklace, so that might be for another episode too. I'm not seeing much of anything else, so yeah, we'll head home, and we're just gonna sell everything that we don't need, which is mainly anything that comes out of the bags, just because we've already had these items, so it's pointless to keep them in like the chests and just take up room. Anything else that doesn't get sent to an NPC, I'll just store it. So I'll just sell these shadow scales, corrupt seeds, demonite ore, worm scarf. Obviously I already have one. Another shield of Cthulhu, already have one. These unholy arrows, yeah. Well, the demonite ore I'm going to probably turn into bars if anything, so I'll just keep that along, yeah, so I can make better items. There's just a couple things I need to store, like a lot of decorative blocks and decorative items. I'm just storing because, I mean, I'm not building a house right now. I was prior, but it wasn't the house, it was actually the arena, so just putting a lot of that away. I need to get, yeah, so I've got the King Slime summon, putting away the Eye of Cthulhu ones. After the King Slime, we're gonna try to battle it out with the Queen Bee. Now, the Queen Bee is a different story. Yes, it's sort of easy, sort of not. If you know the fighting patterns, there's no problem. You're probably going to pass this right away. And so when it comes to Skeletron, that's an even harder battle, just because expert mode makes that boss just like 10 times harder with its skull, the skull homing attacks, which can be very difficult to, you know, run around with. I would say to beat Skeletron, you're more than likely going to need a very secure arena with the Dryad and the Nurse, only because if you're just trying to fight it out without an arena, it's gonna be vastly hard. So like, I would just say keep those two NPCs around. You don't have to keep them there, but there for too long, but just enough to give you that slight boost, because the Dryad's effect gives you a +8 armor, and that's pretty good, or +8 defense, so you'll probably need that to keep up with Skeletron. And right here we're making, I mean, this is a piece of pie. We're taking care of this guy. The only thing I would say is that those spiky slimes tend to be a little bit tedious, just because they shoot a high amount of spikes, so just be careful with that. But because we have this big arena, there's no way we shouldn't beat this guy. Too easy, yeah. The one that's going to be even harder than the King Slime is the Queen Slime. The Queen Slime, that's a bit of a battle. So, I mean, that's all not until hard mode, but, you know, we'll see how that goes. And so we're back in the house, and we've got enough tattered cloth in order to make, and in order to spawn in the, what do you call it? Yeah, so in order to spawn in the Goblin Army, so it's called a Goblin Standard. I don't know what it is, something like that. But so we're gonna go build it. I do need a loom, and in order to craft it, you're gonna need 10 tattered cloth, and I believe, yeah, like 4 wood, 5 wood, somewhere around there. After that, gonna spawn in. I mean, I was busy with some other things, but you know, it's fine now, so I skipped through that. And so now we're going to be dealing with the Goblin Army. Now the Goblin Army isn't necessarily a boss, it's actually an event. When you get into hard mode, there is a mini boss. It's not a full-on boss, but it is a mini boss, and that's when it becomes very, very difficult. So this is good. This is good. I am just doing this because this technically counts as part of the progression. In order to progress through Terraria, you need to get the Goblin Tinker. He gives you so many good enchantments, and it's just good overall for the game. So Spiky Balls takes them out. It's very good for crowd control. And then when it comes to the Valor, very, very useful. I mean, I have the Godly enchantment, so there's no way this thing shouldn't beat every single person here. My second time fighting the Goblin Army, so I more than likely will get a bunch of banners that I most likely won't use. I'll put them up near the tree area under the house and see how that looks. If not, I can also put it under the arena. That actually looks very decent. So yeah, look, we got 50. We've defeated 50 Goblin Warriors and 50 Goblin Peons. So, I mean, I won't use it until probably hard mode when they spawn back in again. And that's when we're going to get some very, very cool items. I've heard that there's some very cool magical items, to be exact. So we might check that out. And I'm just messing around with the 1 second timer here, just spawning in a bunch of Goblin Scouts for no reason. Yeah, I just wanted to speed up, you know, put more into the battle. But yeah, the only other thing that's annoying is those Goblin Archers, and they don't really do too much by themselves. One at a time, yeah, no problem. But as soon as it becomes like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, boom, 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 they hit you. Literally, like every single one of them will shoot at the same time. So it's 8 arrows coming at once, and it's so like not annoying. Like it's not annoying at all, but it's just like, goddamn, you messed up right there because you let them all live, that kind of situation. That's why the Spiky Balls are so useful. Just laying them down will literally take out all 8 at the same time instead of you taking out one by one by one by one, you know? So we're almost cleaning up. We're almost done cleaning up most of them. We're about 91%, so we're almost like, there's not too much other than that. Just taking care of them, you know, keeping them in place. It's pretty easy. Now we're here in the jungle, and we're gonna mine through the hive layer so that we can get to the boss. This is gonna be my first time dealing with the boss in this world, because in the normal world this was pretty easy, not too hard. There wasn't too much of a challenge, but now, you know, it's the bees are a lot more dangerous than the hornets, so you gotta watch out for that. You don't have a weapon like a sword or something like that to just take them all out at once. You're gonna have to resort to other items like I have right now, the fire flower right here. Pretty useful when they're close, not when they're far away, because the ball just tends to go into like a little bouncing animation, so it's not as useful. And so we're gonna get a lot more sticky bombs so that we can like bomb down to into the boss because we have to crack the little like egg sack thing that he's held up in or she's held up in. Either way, it's gonna get done. Yeah. And I'm just mining some more hives so that I can make more summons for the queen bee. We're gonna... Actually, what we're gonna try and do is we're gonna try and build a little small arena just because it's easier to maneuver through these bosses if you have an arena. Now, you shouldn't make an arena for every single situation, but when you can, try to make it for most situations. And here, I think I'm going to make one just because I haven't fought the queen bee like that in this world. I fought it in a normal mode in a different world a long time ago. You know, it might be very different, so I don't want to take the chances. And another thing is that, so the way the fighting pattern is for the queen bee is from left to right, right to left, left to right. And it does that continuously. But the thing is, because this is expert mode, it has a different fighting pattern on the third phase, which usually tends to be a very sporadic, all everywhere kind of situation where it just either circles you around, stays in one spot, spawns in a bunch of like little tiny bees to hurt you, and then spins around, goes down, and does the same thing again. Now that's a bit harder to do. That's a bit harder to like guess what the queen bee's gonna do next. So right now we're gonna get into it. Obviously left. All right, getting around right. And the other thing is, because this is expert mode, she has an extra power or extra ability which allows her to shoot poisonous stingers. I don't know if that's on the normal mode. I don't remember it being on the normal mode, but you know, it's another thing you got to look out for. So yeah, so we're jumping through. She's gonna come from right to left, then left to right, and then I think she does it one more time. Yep, and then she goes right there. She's gonna circle around. Yeah, that's the other thing. I can't really see on the outskirts, so like that makes it a little bit more difficult. If I had built a more square arena, it would have given me a lot more time to like react and move to certain spots, so that way she could have got me. But obviously we were a little bit, you know, we were on a time crunch. At least I put a time crunch on myself. So see, this phase is just her spawning in the bees, but it's going to get a lot more hectic where she's going left, right, left, right, left, right, or right, left, you know, that kind of thing. She's going to go boom, 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 from side to side, from side to side. And that's when it gets a lot more annoying, and then you're going to have to figure it out how exactly you're going to like beat her faster, because she gets a lot more powerful towards the end of when she's closer to death. Poison gets a lot longer and she does a lot more damage from my personal experience. I don't know if that's actually in the wiki, I haven't checked, but yeah. So she's just going around, going around, going around, going around. Left, right. She's gonna go right, left. Yep. It's wherever I'm at. If I stay stationary, she's going to go and rush me out at the last location I was at. So I gotta just move around her, keep moving around. And there's a debuff on the potion taking. So if I take one potion, I gotta wait like a minute in order for the process to basically allow me to get another potion. So I'm going to be fighting for my life here. And try to stay away from him as much as possible. Her, you know, it doesn't matter. It's a queen. It's a bee. Yeah, either or. But this dude, and that is a generality. It doesn't matter. But fuck, like this queen bee is just like becoming sporadic again. Yep. So I'm just having difficulty with the bees pushing me farther into the stingers. And I have around 16 seconds for the potion debuff to go away. Still waiting. Yeah, so that's good. That's good that she's staying like that, but I'm very low on health, so that's a problem. I don't think I had the necessary potions to fight her. I don't think the arena's gonna help regardless. So now she's going around me. I'm getting hit a little bit too much, so that's a bit of an issue. But yeah, I'm going around, and spawning in her bees again. She's gonna, you know, she's about to do it from going from right to left. Yep, there you go. Nice. Jumped over. Down, jumped over, up, yep, there you go. That's how to go around her. But because I'm still very low on health and my potion still has about 25 seconds on the debuff, I can't do anything about that. I can't get any health back. And I mean, I have little hearts to help, but I mean, I don't know if it'll help. Okay. I'm so close. All right. Going. If I grab that heart, yep, I'll have 3 hearts, and it's on 10 seconds. So if I stay alive long enough, I can survive. I'm not blocking her very well. Like, I'm not getting her. And she messed me up. So I did die, obviously. So what I'm thinking of doing right now is that I'm just going around this cave, because I went down to the cavern level just to go see what was going on, see if I could find myself the stylist down in a spider nest, but obviously she's not here, and I don't think she's going to be in this spider nest at all. So I'll use the teleportation potions to get me anywhere close to the jungle. I have 2 more. One of them's got to put me in either the jungle or somewhere around that area. I'll use my final one and see where it gets me. Yeah, not too far away. That's something we can dig through. So that's what we're gonna do right now. All right, so we're digging through this hive layer. We've made it here, and now this is time to fight the bee. I'm not going to build another arena. That's just doing too much. I think what I'm going to try and do is just fight her as it is, because I have multiple potions. I have endurance, titan, thorns, iron skin, and swiftness. Definitely going to help me. These are some big buff potions, and they're going to help any battle. You know, they're going to make it 10 times easier. This guy's already taking significant damage. I mean, I barely got 4 hearts down. That's not bad starting, but you know, I'm gonna have to make do with what I've got, because obviously I don't have an arena set up. This is gonna make it a little bit harder for me to survive, but I think I'll have a chance. There's 3 hearts down there. I could just get those, no problem. I'm still dealing with these bees, the little ones. They're running around, and she's gonna start doing her little movement, her little pattern where she goes from left to right and then right to left. I believe the Eye of Cthulhu has a similar pattern as well, but honestly, it's not the same, where it's very directed that way, where it's very horizontal. It's very horizontal to the point where it's literally just the other way, the other way, the other way, the other way, and then boom. And then it starts doing its little spin attack. But we're doing very well. We've already taken more than 1/4 of health away. Yeah, she's not doing very well either. Yeah, so we've still got full health. We've got the honey buff. That's giving us regeneration, which helps out a ton. If you guys get the chance, get the bubble. You're going to need the bubble block, and you're going to need multiple buckets of honey. It's going to help you so much later on. I'm going to do that a lot later. I just have to focus on trying to get rid of the queen bee. So we're almost halfway there. It's literally almost down there. I've only lost about 1 heart of health. That's not bad. That's actually not bad at all. And I've only lost 2 hearts, but she's already halfway health. There's no way I can lose this. I mean, the only way I could lose this is if I just stop concentrating or I choke. Which I don't think will happen. So I'm going to lay down some spiky balls on the ground, just because I know she's going to try. Yep, she's going to come and try to go below me and go into the honey. And obviously there's spiky balls there. That's going to do damage. That's going to help me out. I don't know if she gets the buff from the honey. I believe she does, but not too sure. And this isn't a shabby boss at all. This guy, this bee knows what she's doing. So she goes crazy. If you don't know what you're doing, she'll take you out, no problem. Yeah, the only debuff I'm having is the poison. This boss, no problem at all. Now she's actually down to almost 1/4 of health. And we've still got a significant amount of health. Super easy to take her out, dude. All I had to do was just mine through the cavern layer and basically just make my way here, and no problem. He is a bit of a pain in the ass though, so careful. She gives off very OP weapons though. I really like the bee gun, and especially those bee nades that are going to actually help us in later episodes to defeat the wall of flesh. I only have 1 voodoo doll, so I only have 1 chance, and I'm gonna make it count. Going in for her attacks again, then she's gonna be stationary for a little bit, spawn in some bees. I already know how she does it. She's already spawning them in right now, and then she's shooting me with her poisonous stingers. Not a lot, not significant. Going in left, right. I can dodge that. And she's at like basically 10% now. And I basically have all of my health, almost. I mean, I'm missing a couple hearts, but this is way more, this is a lot better than before. It was way harder to manage with the last fight, even having an arena. So you see, it all counts on how many, like, it depends. You have to have a lot of good buffs, as well as understanding those patterns. And when we come back, oh damn, that bee gun literally did so much destruction to the cobwebs. But yeah, so we're gonna need to not upgrade, but we're going to need to figure out how to get these bees to be a lot stronger, so that when I do use them for the wall of flesh fight, they do a very good amount of damage. And so right here, we're gonna see if we need to sell anything. Obviously the bee outfit, not that important unless you really want it. The hive wand, also not important unless you're trying to build a very specific build. Then go ahead and get it. So right here, I'm thinking about getting the honey balloons, which I am gonna get just because I already have it in my inventory and I don't really use it for much of anything. So I'm gonna take that, and I believe that's all we can build for honey. And I'm going to also try and build some bee abomination summons, or is it called something like that. It's one of those summons, but it is to summon the queen bee, which can only be summoned in the jungle. So we're going to take care of that as well. We're going to also focus on getting that pylon for the snow and the jungle, which can really help, especially the jungle one, since it's so close to one of my arenas. We might even build an arena in the jungle too. Yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoy how I'm making things and how I'm improving them. I'm really trying to improve on my video quality, my audio quality, and just everything in general. So hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys liked it, hope you guys have an amazing day, and thank you. See you guys later.